So you're a real estate photographer and it's time to hire a photographer. Or maybe you're asking yourself, is it time to hire a photographer and you just genuinely don't know? Maybe it's your first hire or maybe it's your fourth hire and you need to know like, okay, wait, should I hire now? Should I hire later in the year? I'm gonna answer all these questions in this video. I get this question a lot, especially since it's like right before springtime. Now is the time to hire. And to be honest, right now it's February 13th. I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's getting close to where it might be too late. Like you might miss the opportunity of busy season, which is March, April, May. Okay, but all that aside, general rules, don't hire in the fall. Don't hire too early in the winter. You wanna hire January, February so that your photographer and teams are trained up when March, April, May hits because that's busy season, okay? So you wanna time it there. But a lot of people just don't know like the finances side, like what revenue mark do I start to hire? So generally that's gonna be like $20,000 to $25,000 a month in revenue. You should hire your first person. So whether you have a photographer already or 3 or 4 and you wanna know if you should hire, or if this is your first hire, I'm gonna cover all that in this video. But I'm gonna assume it's just you. I'm gonna assume you're a solo photographer shooting 20K a month, 25K a month, and I'll explain to you like when a good time to hire is, who you should hire, and how you should think about hiring. And this applies again if you have a team of 3, 4, 5, whatever. Okay, so let's just say this is you right here. Real quick, before we get into the video, if you're a real estate photographer and you feel stuck or you wanna hit that 50K, 100K a month mark, I do one-on-one coaching. I don't accept very many students. And depending on when you're watching this video, we might not be accepting any students, but it's worth applying down below. Click the link, first link in the description, schedule a call, and we'll chat soon. Back to the video. Right here. Boom, boom, you got bags under your eyes because you're so tired, working a lot, shooting 20K a month. All right, you're sad. You're sad. You're happy, but you're sad. You're making money, right? But you're sad because you got no time. So maybe you're making 20K a month, maybe 30K. I know one guy solo who's shooting 40K a month. So generally speaking, one person can shoot about 25,000 a month. And we're gonna use that figure as like, okay, a full-time person shooting just 8 hours a day can shoot $25,000 a month. And I say that because that comes out to, if you divide 25,000 by 21.75, which is the average amount of work days in a single month, 25,000 divided by 21.75 is 1149. I knew that number in my head. Why did I even do that math? This is literally the number I use in my business, is 1149. Why is this number important? Why is that number important? This is gonna be the number that is gonna be the revenue goal for each person, each photographer in your business. So let's just say these green circles are photographers, right? This is we'll call him a shooter. No, we'll call him a photographer. We'll just say green circles, photographer, whatever, okay? 1149, that's their daily revenue goal. If they're working full-time, they're gonna hit 25K a month. 25K a month, okay. So another figure you need to figure out in your business is what is your AOV? What is your average order value? Mine in my business is between 580 and 620. We have a high average order value. Most people's is gonna be $300, $400. For this video, I'm gonna use the average of that and I'm gonna say 500 bucks. This will also keep our math kind of clean. So, let's just say, yeah, your average order value is $500. So that means you need to do about 2 shoots a day because 500 times 2 is 1,000. You actually need to do a little more than 2 shoots a day. So maybe that's like 2 video packages, which is photo video, and then a single photo package. So you get to like $1,250 a day. All right, so however you wanna think about this, it gives you a really good visual on the goal for each photographer on your team. So you know like, oh my goodness, you look at the schedule, okay, this person's doing well, this person's doing well, this person. So you can just look at your schedule and know, I know that's $500 order, that's $700 order, he's good. That's a $200 order, that's a $200 order, we need more shoots for this person. This person's not hitting their goal. So that's like how you wanna think about this. And then you can take it a step further. And this is how you think about, is it time to hire a photographer? So let's just say you're solo right now. This is you. No, you're green. You're green right here. Boom, boom. This is you. You're like kind of smiling. All right. And you're shooting, let's just say you're at 25K a month. That's my goal for you. If you're a solo photographer, get to 25K a month and then hire. So you're shooting 25K a month. My recommendation is to go ahead and hire a part-time shooter. I say this because you don't want to promise full-time hours, because at 25K a month mark, your business fluctuates. And if you don't have the hours for that full-time person, it's going to create, like you're going to say, hey, you're going to be full-time 40 hours a week. But then when your business doesn't produce that for them, the 40 hours a week, they're going to start to, like, they're relying on this. So they might start to create resentment towards you. Hey, I thought I was getting 40 hours. What's going on? So you want to start off hiring part-time. And the best part-time hire is say, hey, you're going to get 15 to 20 hours a week. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But hey, let me ask you, if the situation arises where we need you to shoot 40 hours a week, are you open to it? Yes, I'm open to it. Perfect. Cool. That's a perfect hire right there. So by default, they're going to shoot 20 hours a week. So that's part-time. That's half of 40 hours a week. That's half of full-time, meaning they can shoot half of this 25K. So this part-time person is going to make your business $12,500, $12.5K. Okay. So that's how you want to start looking at photographers part-time, full-time. Now, if you keep shooting full-time and they shoot part-time, now at this point, you want to shoot part-time and you want them to shoot part-time. So this is you. Oh my goodness. This is you and this is them. You're shooting part-time, they're shooting part-time. So you're taking that 25K and you're splitting it. You're giving half to them. My handwriting is terrible. You're giving half to them and you're keeping half for yourself. You guys you know what I mean, right? Whatever. Okay, so now you have, you're shooting 4 hours a day and they're shooting 4 hours a day. Now you have 4 hours free now, okay? Now with this 4 hours, you're gonna bring in more money to the business. Boom, boom. Bring in the money. 4 hours a day, you're gonna do sales and whatever it takes to run the business. And with this new business that you bring in, you're gonna slowly build up that revenue. You're gonna go into overdrive mode. Well, actually, first thing, you're gonna go to this person, you're gonna go to your part-time person and say, hey, we're getting some more orders. Can you handle, let's just say he's at 20 hours a week, he or she. Can you handle 25 hours a week? Can you handle 30 hours a week? And you're gonna push them as far as they're comfortable going with that new revenue. If they cap themselves at 20 hours a week, you're gonna handle that extra business. You're just gonna work 8, 10 hours a day. You're gonna do the shoots and the sales. And this is kind of where a lot of people give up or stop because it's hard, but this is the point. Everything worthwhile, the price is not cheap. Like, you gotta pay the price to get the prize at the end of the tunnel. That's just, you can't skip that. So you're going to do one of those two things. You're either gonna take the workload yourself or you're gonna give it to your part-time guy. If you straight up cannot handle it, if you have a family and you cannot work more than 20 hours a week shooting, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hire another part-time person. And what you're gonna do here, this is the cool part. So now it's you, your original part-time, and now a new part-time. Okay, and so we're gonna put the old hours here, 20, 20. All right, so you have 20 hours split here. You're gonna give this person 10 hours, 10. So now you're working 10, he's working 20, she's working 10. This is the new part-time person. This is you working part-time. All right, so here's the new hours. Here's the split. Right there, you're doing 10, part-time, part-time. And if you want, you can give all these hours to the new part-time if they want 20 hours a week. But point is, this is how you want to think about this. And this is how you like think about, okay, should I hire the next person? This like visualizes it, and instead of just guessing and saying we're busy, we're like almost busy, we need to hire, this really puts some math behind it. So now let's do the math here. A full-time person, as we said, can shoot 25K a month. So these hours are the same as before. Let's actually just like say So obviously you hired this person because you have more shoots because you've been doing sales. So let's just say you're doing 15 hours a week and this new person is doing 15 hours a week. So now let's run the math here. So 15 divided by 40 will give us the percentage of full-time you're working. So that's 37%. So we go 37 times 25,000, 37%, that's 9,375. So you're bringing in 9K. Let's just round it to 9K. And then this part-time is bringing in 12.5. So now this is the new split right here. So think about it like this. Think about revenue, think about hours in this regard, in this way. So, but now I'm going to give you a scenario. You're scaling up the team. I'm going to show you what the ideal team looks like. So like obviously before I move on, actually, as you're doing sales, you're bringing in more shoots, you're bringing in more revenue. You're going to move hours to these part-time guys to as much as they're comfortable with. And then like if they hit a ceiling, if they, hey, I can't work anymore, you're just going to hire more part-time people and fill them up, take hours from you and put it on them. Take shoots from you and put it on them. Okay, and eventually you'll have more part-time guys, like enough part-time people and staff to where you're not doing any shoots. You're just doing all sales. All right, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward and say you're at like 40K a month now. No, let me just actually show you, switch gears a little bit. I'm going to show you how easy it is, or not easy, but the setup to hit like 50K a month. A lot of people say, 50K a month, I need 10 photographers, I need 100,000 editors, whatever. It's not that crazy. Let's do the math here. 55K. I'm using 55K because I know the math. 55K. No, let's just use 50, even number. You want to hit 50K a month. All right, we're going to divide that by 25K because that's full-time. That's 2 full-time people. Okay, issue with full-time is you promise in the hours. And unless you have those hours, they're going to be, they're going to be super happy. But if you don't and you can't provide those hours, there's going to be resentment. They're relying on it. They don't get their hours, whatever. So the better way to go would be to do 50K. You're doing 50K a month. Good setup is have 1 full-time person. This is your core shooter who gets priority hours. If things are slow, they get all the hours. You have 1 full-time and you have 2 part-time shooting each 12K a month. Part-time. So now this person is bringing in 25. And to be honest, our best shooters sometimes bring in 30K a month. So they'll shoot weekends, overtime, or maybe they'll just have a good day. So 12.5K, 12.5K. So you add that up, 12.5, obviously, times 2 is 25, and then plus the 25. You're now at 50K. That's with your photographers. So maybe this is you right here, or maybe this is a hire. But ideally, this is not you shooting full time. Like you don't want to shoot. Trust me. When you're scaling up, you want to get out of shooting. So to hit 50K a month, you just need 3 shooters. That's it. Full time, part time, part time. You can exceed 50K a month because if you shoot part time, like if you are in this, let's just say this is you again, and you're shooting part time, like let's just say 40 hours a week would be full time. Let's just say 10 hours a week. 10 divided by 40 is 25%. 25% times 25,000 is 66 grand. So you can contribute 6K here. So now you're at $56,000 a month. 56. Ooh, 56. So as you can see, like the math, this is the math on figuring out what you need to do to hit that 50K a month. Now, if you want to hit 100K a month, you just double this. I would say always keep a full-timer and the rest go part-time. So to hit 50K a month, you need 1 full-time. That puts you at 50K a month. And then you just need 2 more part-timers to hit 100K a month. PT, 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 PT. Because these are bringing in 12. And then he's bringing in 25. So that's a good setup. My business, we have a lot of full-time, but we're an established business, so like the business is usually there. But I think this is the way to go to hit 100K a month. 100K, and this is with you not shooting. The only problem here is like you might want to throw in an extra part-time. That's like maybe someone in training or junior that's shooting like 5 hours a week. Like somebody in a unique situation who just wants to get into photography, so they can go. We call them runners. Like if we miss a bathroom, you send them out. We miss drone photos, we send them out, and that can relieve stress and tension from the team. Because to be honest, if you're running this team doing 100K a month, everybody's like locked in, shooting 4 houses a day. There's a lot that can go wrong just because the amount of volume is high. I'm not saying things are going to go wrong. I'm saying things are going to go wrong because everybody's like operating at full capacity. You make mistakes naturally. That's just part of the game. So yeah, there you go. That's how you know if you need to hire. Do the math. How to calculate your revenue capacity. Like if you got to the end of this video, you know that. If you have a full-time guy and a part-time guy, your revenue capacity is what? 25 plus 12. It's 37,000. If you're shooting part-time, depending on how many hours and how much revenue you bring in, it could be 12. Now your revenue capacity is like almost 50K. If it is 50K. So start thinking like this, and it'll become a lot easier to understand, should I hire, who should I hire? I have hiring resource guides. I don't put a lot of structure into these YouTube videos like when I'm releasing them. I just make videos when I feel like it. But if you want the hiring resource guides, just shoot me a DM, like hire, H-I-R-E. Just DM that to me, I'll know what you mean, and I'll get to that hiring guide over to you. But I hope this helps. See you in the next video.